Yesterday, we all saw the game between Chelsea and Napoli, Napoli versus Chelsea, that was held at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium in Naples. And you all can agree with me that in a space of 1 year, there has been no European team that has gone to Naples and won Napoli on that ground. It's a very tough ground that even the chanting of the fans can make you not be able to trap the ball. You want to trap the ball, you're going to feel like, oh my God, these people are coming after me. You understand me? No one has won Napoli over there, but Chelsea won Napoli yesterday. And I can tell you for free that this is not a game of tactics or formation. This is all about how one manager was able to outsmart the other one, adapt, and make decisive decisions in the game. And this is just how Liam Rosenior outsmarted a maestro like Conte at home. Now, before I give you the rundown of everything, because I'm going to give you a theoretical concept of how this game was, I want you to like my video, I want you to comment, I want you to share, and don't forget to hit the subscription button. Now, let's get into it. Yesterday, there was a problem. And what is the problem? The problem here is that Conte is a coach that is well structured in terms of playing. Conte is not the likes of Pep. Conte is not the likes of Arteta. Or Conte is not the one that act like Enzo Maresca in terms of modernized football, where you have to possess the game, dominate, control, and get a win. No. Conte is more like Mourinho. They can allow you get the possession. They can allow you do the possessive part of the game. They are just going to sit tight, defend, and they're going to press you aggressively. Because the moment they start pressing you, they know that they can get what they want because of they are going to take control of your space. They are going to bring out your midfielders. They are going to pull out your defenders. And immediately they pull out this set of people, they are going to take control of the space and they're going to get the win. That was the problem. And what was the plan? Now, after seeing this problem of aggressive press, defending aggressively, and attacking space, Rosenior had to pull up a plan. And what was the plan? He wanted to reshape his formation and reshape the boys so that they can play the same way Napoli is going to play, man marking everyone one by one. And in this process, we had to deploy 3 center backs. We had to play with 3 backs. And in playing these 3 backs, Rosenior wanted to play with Chelsea best ball playing defenders. That was what I see. The 3 best ball playing defenders, and you can agree with me, is James, Cucurella, and Fofana. Now, James and Cucurella were not playing as fullbacks. Instead, they became the wide centre backs, and Cucurella became and Fofana became the central centre backs. Now, what was the idea behind this? The idea was clean and the idea was good. The idea was that if Napoli start pressing high intensively as they do, Cucurella and James can be able to calm the ball and they can be able to play under pressure. If you see Cucurella and James, they are not these centre backs that once they get the ball, they are not these full backs that once they get the ball, they want to boom. They can get the ball, win the press or the attack, and then they can pass calmly, even under pressure. Even when everything is intense, they can pass calmly, they can stay calm, and they can play calm, and they can start from the back. So that was the first thing Liam Rosenior wanted to do. He wanted to make sure that he gets stability at the back. But now, why didn't it work? On paper, after, like, let me say I'm in Rosenior's mind now, I'm going to tell you for free that everything Rosenior did on the paper was clean. It was working, but it was not working on the field. Why? Because you don't play the ball with the work on the paper, you play with what? Execution. Now, the execution is all that matters, and the execution was not going the exact way Rosenior wanted. The problem was not James on the ball or Cucurella on the ball. The problem was, 1, these are not natural centre backs, and 2, they were not defending well without the ball. The difference between a centre back and a full back is that a full back defends the ball when the ball is on the front. When the ball is right at his front, he defends the ball very well. He wins the duel very well. You understand? But a centre back does not need the ball to come to his front. A centre back tracks the runner. A centre back does what? He defends the space and he holds the defensive line. When you come with the ball, you're going to be like, you don't know if the ball is going to be going here or here, so you want to defend the space. And this is one thing James and Cucurella couldn't do yesterday. And another thing that was the problem was the timing. In this 3-man marking, in this 3-man defense, you have to man-mark everybody on the attack, just like Højlund, Elmas, and Vergara. You have to man-mark each of them. And in the process of man-marking them, you have to be time conscious. If they go deep, you go. If they drop, you drop. If they are going in, you follow them. You must not let them move without you. So these people kept drifting and drifting, and someone like James couldn't cover. If you watch the goals, I think that was the first goal. The second goal that Hojlund got, it came directly from James Lee, because immediately Almas drifted in. Before James could meet up with him, it was late. It was fucking late for James to meet up, and that was how everything was just boom. The turnaround from the tackle from Fofana was not right. I don't think that was a nice tackle, but I think he did his best. But his best was not enough to stop the goal, and it went into the goal. And in the process, when these guys kept drifting inside, someone like Andre Santos had to drive back to help the defensive line. In the process of going to help the defensive line, these two central midfielders in Napoli now, they choke into that position. Now, when they choke into the position, you now have two central midfielders, two attacking midfielders, or the wingers, and then Hojlund. This is what we call overload, and that is what Conte wanted, and it was working perfectly well for him. Now, after the first half, a lot of Chelsea fans was like, yeah, nice, nice. This is actually Maresca in another form, because this is actually gamble, and this is actually experimenting. Experiment that you know that it will cost us something if we don't win this game against Napoli. But right here and right after the first half, there was a change in everything. Rosenior decided to change the game, and the moment that changed the game was the moment he decided to return back to his own formation and letting everybody play at their natural position. He moved James back to the right back, moved Kukulela back to the left back, brought in Chaloba to maintain stability in the defense line. With Chaloba and Fofana, there was a kind of stability in the center in the defense line, and that was what the start of a new era. This was not just about formation and tactics. This was a manager that saw the game, read the game, and knew what to do. Trust me, Enzo, after all these changes they made, trust me, the team became more compactable, they became more stabilized, and it became more harder for Napoli to break into those spaces, because everybody were not playing the natural position. James did not need the timing anymore. He didn't need to man mark anybody. He just need to wait directly on his position and play the natural game Chelsea is being known for playing. And if you watch in that second half, we dominated the game by possessively playing Napoli in and out. But guess what? This is not where the change actually happened, because this was just the starting of Rosenior's plan. But the main game changer, the main man that changed the game, was Cole Palmer. Now, I can give you a reason why I say Cole Palmer is the main game changer, because when you look at Napoli, I told you starting from the video that Napoli is a well-structured team. They can play in spaces, they can tight play, they can keep low blocks, you understand, and they can defend. Now, Palmer is a player that breaks structure. That is Cole Palmer. Palmer is the best ball passer in Chelsea when it comes to playing good passes, vertical passes that breaks the midfield, go straight to the attack, give it to who? Cole Palmer. And when he came in, everybody were cold, because he had those balls and he played those passes. He pulled out the midfielders, he pulled out the defenders that didn't want to come out. He pulled everybody out. They say, come play the ball. And immediately everybody left their possession strategically to come and play. He made clean passes. And what this actually led to was, when Palmer came into the game, it gave João Pedro a chance to move freely. This was what Enzo Fernandez couldn't do. But when Palmer came in, he allowed Enzo Fernandez drop a little bit to Caicedo, and he pulled out all these guys. Hang on the ball, make strategic passes. They come out to get those passes thinking that they're going to get it, and he enforces them on a clean rate that gave João Pedro the space to run and the chance to shoot. And if you watch the two goals actually came from Palmer assisting, because Palmer is a player that breaks structure, and he broke the structure and he gave those passes, and Chelsea had the win against Napoli. This was a good one. No one goes to Naples and win Napoli, because when the team that comes with the structure, maintain balance, maintain zones, build within spaces, catch up where you can't catch, trust me, it's a very hard one for you to detect or for you to read the game. But when I saw Liam Rosenior writing after the first half, I knew that there was gonna be a massive change in the second half, and that massive change came, and Chelsea took the win. This is just Chelsea. This was the very big difference between Conte and Liam Rosenior. Conte had a structure. Conte trusted the structure. Conte also trusted his player. Now, Rosenior didn't trust his pattern, his structure, but he trusted his players. And he never outsmarted Conte at the first half, but he understood the game. He understood the structure. He changed it. He now wanted to trust the players by allowing them play in their natural position. Now he deployed his best players, putting Palmer in, telling Rich James to go back to his position, deploying Chalobah back into the defense. Everything had a better shape and a better structure, and it was very easy for us to get the win over Napoli. Tell me what you think in the comment section.